We are the center of financial services in the U.S., so we have a huge concentration of large financial services firms, and that's banks, brokerage firms, insurance companies. And they are big consumers of new technologies and innovation. And so we are trying to use the fact that we have a big market to encourage the growth of the innovation and the early stage companies by solving the problem of how difficult it is for an early stage and growth tech company to sell into a large global regulated bank. Mm-hmm. So the FinTech lab is really focused on that pain point of sort of the mismatch between a big bank and a small growth tech company. And how do you make sure the bank gets innovation, and how do you help grow that tech company? The banks are very interested in new technology, and because of the shifts in that industry, they are looking for new ways to engage their customer. There are always sort of security and privacy issues that they're dealing with. Many things are moving to mobile, and they want to move to mobile. So they are very interested in new technology. And the lab is for them a relatively easy way for them to kind of get a window on sort of innovative companies coming up. It's not the only thing they do, obviously, but we really let the banks drive who do they want to work with and who do they think has technology that could be helpful to them. They obviously know what their issues are and where they need sort of innovation. The companies are given very interesting feedback from people, and the right people within the financial services firms, so that it helps the tech companies with their product iteration to make sure they've got the right feature set, right? Are they solving a problem that the bank actually has? Oftentimes, entrepreneurs have technology and they believe it's solving this problem, but it's not the problem that the customer has, or it's not their top problem. And the trick for any small company is to figure out, where should you start? Where is your product a need to have as opposed to a nice to have? And that's a lot of the guidance that the bank executives give to the companies that are in the program. A number of the companies have successfully signed up customers that they met through the program. And at the end of last year's class, for the 6 companies, there were 32 pilots sort of underway or in discussion. So that's a pretty big number. So the companies have raised about $47 million collectively, the 18 companies, and they've created about 150 jobs. So, these are still early stage companies and the sales cycle is long, but we're encouraged. The Swiss companies would be welcome to apply either to the London program or to New York. About 60% of the banks are in both programs. There's overlap. The London program obviously has some more UK-focused banks and maybe more US-focused institutions. If they were to come to New York, they would have to have the ability to work in New York, so we don't sponsor visas, so they'd have to have that worked out. But they'd be welcome to apply to either program.